So good evening everyone. So in the last class I had discussed regarding all the theories. Okay, the first theory, that is nothing but the Baroness triad, then Newland's law of octaves, then Mendeleev's periodic theory and modern periodic theory. Okay, so all the theories have been covered as of now. So now we will move on to the next part of the chapter. Okay, the last part probably of the chapter. So what is in the last part? In the last year's class we had discussed regarding Bohr's model of an atom, right? If you all remember what Bohr had said, Bohr was a scientist. Okay, what did he say? He said that atom exists as there is one central part and the shells are there around the atom. There is one central part which is called as the nucleus and the shells which are present around the nucleus. Okay, so he named those shells as K shell, L shell, M shell and N shell. Okay, K, L, M, N. Okay, so this was the classification how Bohr classified an atom. So बोरान कितें म्हटलें, atom कसो आसता, atomaच्या सेंटराक एक nucleus आसता where there are protons and neutrons which are present, if you remember. Okay, so atomaच्या मदी nucleusan protons आणि neutrons आसता आणि shellsani there are electrons which are present in the shells. Okay, so what did he do? He gave a formula. Okay, तेणे कितें केलें? He gave a formula which is nothing but 2n square, where n is the number of shell. So पयले शेलान कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जातले, दुसरे शेलान कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जातले, तिसरे शेलान कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जातले, चौथे शेलान कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जातले, हेजेर तेणे कितें केलें? He tried to classify an atom. Okay, so what did he say? In the first shell 2n square जर तुम्ही फॉर्म्युला फर्स्ट शेलाक जर लायलो जाल्यार you will get 2 into 1 square, that is nothing but 2 into 1. Okay, so nothing but 2 electrons. So पयले शेलान कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जावपाक शकता? फक्त 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन. दिस शेल, ही जी शेल आसा हितून भितून फक्त 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जावपाक शकता. ओके, 1 and 2. तशेंच सेकंड शेल which is the L shell. L शेलान भितून कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जावं शकता? You can see the second shell. Okay, सेकंड शेलान भितून 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जावपाक शकता. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so 8 electrons जावपाक शकता. Okay, so तशीच येता M shell. M shellan भितून 18 electrons जावपाक शकता, either 8 or 18. So third shellan भितून it can either fill in 8 electrons or minimum 8 or maximum 18. Okay, so as you all know, we had discussed this in the last year's class. Okay, so तशेंच आमी पळयल्लें n शेलान भितून सुद्दां 2 into 4 square. N shell is the fourth shell of an atom. So चौथी शेलान भितून कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जावपाक शकता? 32 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. तशेंच फिफ्थ शेल, सिक्स्थ शेल, कितले शेल्स आसा तितले. What is the shell number? This is the number of the shell. Okay, n is nothing but what? Number of the shell. So पयल्या शेलाचो number 1, second शेलाचो number 2, third शेलाचो number 3. Okay, so first shellan भितून only 2 electrons, second shellan 8 electrons, third shellan 18 electrons, fourth shellan 32 electrons. This was already told to us by John Bohr. Okay, so Bohr was that scientist who had tried to classify. Okay, so next we had seen the electronic configuration of all the 20 elements in the last year's class. Okay, आम्ही electron dot structure काढलेले, if anyone remembers. Okay, प्रत्येक एलिमेंटाचे आमी इलेक्ट्रॉन डॉट स्ट्रक्चर काढलेले. हाउ टू ड्रॉ इलेक्ट्रॉन डॉट स्ट्रक्चर? यू नीड टू ड्रॉ न्यूक्लियस. फर्स्ट थिंग इज यू हैव टू नो द एटॉमिक नंबर. तुमकां सगळ्यान पयलीं कितें खबर आसपाक जाय? एटॉमिक नंबर. से सपोज एटॉमिक नंबर इज 1. सो हाउ यू विल ड्रॉ द इलेक्ट्रॉन डॉट स्ट्रक्चर? यू विल ड्रॉ न्यूक्लियस, you will draw one shell and you will represent one electron on that shell. Okay, this is one electron. Okay, so what does atomic number 1 suggest? Atomic number 1 म्हणजे कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आसतले? There will be only one electron. Okay, say suppose atomic number is 3. Okay, say suppose atomic number is 3. So what will be the electron dot structure? कशें काडटले? मिडलाक कितें आसतलो? न्यूक्लियस आसतलो. सायडीक कितें आसतली? शेल आसतली. शेलान भितून फर्स्ट शेलान कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन जावं शकता? आत्तां सांगला. There are only 2 electrons which can accommodate in the first shell. मागीर सेकंड शेल येता. सेकंड शेलान आमचे कडेन कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आसा? एटॉमिक नंबर 3 म्हणजे आमचे कडेन 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आमकां डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करपाक जाय. ओके, 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कशे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते? पयल्या शेलान भितून कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स वयतले? एज पर दीस फक्त 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स वयतले. ओके, सो उरलो कितलो? 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आसले, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन हांगासर गेले. ओके, सो उरलो एकूच इलेक्ट्रॉन. दॅट वील गो इन द नेक्स्ट शेल. ओके. सो एटॉमिक नंबर 3 आसलो जाल्यार अशें काडपाचें. येस. ओके. सो आतां सपोज एटॉमिक नंबर इज से सपोज 11. ओके. एटॉमिक नंबर से सपोज इज 11. वॉट विल बी द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन और इलेक्ट्रॉन डॉट स्ट्रक्चर कशें आसतलें. डिविजन 11 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आसा. एटॉमिक नंबर 11 म्हणजे 11 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. सो फर्स्ट शेलान भितून कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जातले 1 and 2. फक्त दोनूच इलेक्ट्रॉन पयल्या शेलान भितून जावपाक शकता. तशेंच सेकंड शेलान भितून कितें जातलें 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स गेले फर्स्ट शेलान. उरले कितले 11तले 2 गेले उरले 9. ओके. 11 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स असले तितूंतल्यान 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फर्स्ट शेलान गेले उरले 9. सो सेकंड शेलान भितून वयतले 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. ओके. बिकॉज वाय सेकंड शेल कॅन एकोमोडेट ओनली 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्साच्या वयर सेकंड शेल कॅनॉट एकोमोडेट. ओके. सो सेकंड शेलान भितून कितले वयतले 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. उरले कितले 2 गेले परत 2 गेले म्हणजे 9 उरले परत 8 गेले उरलो 1. 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन जो आसा इट विल बी प्लेस्ड ओवर इन द थर्ड शेल. ओके. सो नाव वाय दिस इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन इज व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. हे 2, 8, 1 हे जे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन आसा ऑफ एवरी एलिमेंट अशें प्रत्येक एलिमेंटाचे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन आसा. एज इफ यू कॅन सी. Okay, last year we had seen this electronic configuration. I don't know how many of you have seen this. Okay, but we had seen this electronic configuration of each and every element. Okay. So electron dot structure. So electron dot structure कशें कळटले. This was the table which I had told you to draw in the first time. Okay, first क्लासीनूच हांवें तुमकां सांगलेलें की हो टेबल तुमी काडपाक जाय. This certifies nothing but the electronic configuration. आता electronic configuration of hydrogen is what? Atomic number is 1. So electronic configuration will be 1 0 0 0. Okay. Next शेल्सांनी कांयच आसचें ना बिकॉज एटॉमिक नंबर 1 आसा. इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एकूच आसतलो. सेकंड हिलियम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक configuration is 2. Okay. 2 0 0. Next comes lithium. Lithiumaचे electronic configuration is 2 1 1 0 0. Okay. 2 1 0 0. Okay. Why? Only 3 electrons are there. तशेंच जर तुमी सोडियम पळयलें. What is the electronic configuration of sodium? The electronic configuration of sodium is 2, 8, 1. म्हणजे पहिल्या शेलान असतले 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दुसऱ्या शेलान 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स तिसऱ्या शेलान 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन. ओके. सो आता why this is important is to know where this element will be placed in the modern periodic table. आता तुमकां जेन्ना इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन दितले तेजे वयल्यान तुमकां पोजिशन ऑफ द एलिमेंट कळटलें इन द मॉडर्न पिरियॉडीक टेबल. मॉडर्न पिरियॉडीक टेबलान भितून सोडियम खंय प्लेस केला. वेर सोडियम इज प्लेस्ड. इट इज प्लेस्ड इन द फर्स्ट ग्रुप. दिस इज ग्रुप. ऑल दिस आर नथिंग बट वॉट. दे आर ग्रुप्स and these are nothing but what. These are periods. Okay. I told you there are 18 groups and 7 periods in modern periodic table. तशेंच Mendeleev's periodic table भितून कितले असले. There were 8 groups and 6 periods. Okay. 8 groups and 6 periods. आणि modern periodic table 18 groups and 7 periods. Okay. So this was very very important. So where is sodium placed now? Sodium is placed in group number. Where it is placed? Group number 1 and period number 3. Okay. So how this is placed now? It is placed by using the electronic configuration. So what is the electronic configuration? Electron dot structure and electronic configuration आम्ही कशें काडला. Electronic configuration of sodium is nothing but 2, 8, 1. आता how to place the element in the group in the periodic table. कशें तुमी प्लेस करतले. The number of the shells will depict the period. जितले number of shells आसा तितले त्या पिरियडान तो एलिमेंट पडटलो. सपोज 2 shells असले सेकंड पिरियडान पडटलो. 3 shells असले थर्ड पिरियडान पडटलो. 4 shells असले फोर्थ पिरियडान पडटलो. 1 shell असली फर्स्ट पिरियडान पडटलो. ओके. सो आता हांगासर कितले शेल्स आसा. दिस इज 1 शेल के शेल. हांगासर कितले आसा एल शेल एम शेल. सपोज नाव इफ यू सी द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन ऑफ सोडियम. सो के शेल आसा. ओके. एल शेल आसा आणि एम शेल आसा. सो कितल्यो शेल्स आसा. टोटल नंबर ऑफ शेल्स इज हाउ मच 3. ओके. So the period in which it will fall is nothing but 3. Third period on पडटलो तो. Say suppose valence electrons कितले आसा. Now valence electron will depict the group. Valence electron म्हणजे कितें? What is the meaning of valence electron? Outermost shellan कितले electrons आसा ते valence electron म्हणटा तेका आमी. Okay? So outermost shell is this. बरोबर आसा काय ना? ह्या शेलान भितून कितले electrons आसा? There is only single one electron. Okay? So ho एक electron जो आसा that will depict the number of the group in which the element will be placed. So कितले valence electron आसा in the outermost shell? Outermost shellan कितले आसा electrons? It is 1. So in which group it will fall in the modern periodic table? It will fall in the first group. Okay? So modern periodic table जर तुम्ही open केले आणि जर तुम्ही sodium पळयलो, Na is nothing but sodium. It falls in the first group and third period. Why? Because it has 3 shells and 1 valence electron. म्हणून तो खंय पडटा? Is nothing but in the where it falls. It will be nothing but in the first group and third period. Okay? So first group an पडटा आणि third period an पडटा. Okay? So this is very very important. So if one more example we'll take. Yeah. If you are given electronic configuration as 2, 1, what is the electronic configuration? It is 2, 1. So कितले shells आसा? 1 shell and 2 shell. Number of shells is nothing but 2. So number of shells आता जर तुम्ही पळयले, number of shell depicts the period. This is very important ना. Number of shell will depict the period आणि number of valence electron म्हणजे outermost shellan कितले electrons आसा ते तुम्ही पळोवपाचे. outermost shell आता ही खंयची जातली? This is the outermost shell. The right hand side जी last असता shell. This is the outermost shell. Outermost shell. Okay. So outermost shellan भितून कितले electrons आसा? It is nothing but 1 electron. So outermost shellan जितले electrons असतले that will be the group number. म्हणजे त्या ग्रुपान तो ते element पडटले. Okay. Period खंयचो आसतलो? Second period आणि first group. Now how you will see second period? The period is how? Period is like this, downwards. So second period is where? Over here. आणि which is the group? Group is this, like this, downwards. Okay. So group number 1. So the element will be lithium. Okay. So the element name is lithium. Okay. So very important. Yeah. So is this thing clear? Okay. So if you want, I will take one more example. Say suppose you are given an electronic configuration as 2, 8, 2. Suppose you are given electronic configuration as 2, 8, 3, say suppose. Okay. So say suppose 3. So what is the number of shells that are present? Number of shells is how much? There are 3 shells. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 shells. K shell, L shell, M shell. Okay, number of valence electrons is how many? How many valence electrons are there? Outermost shell कितले electrons are? Third, 3. Okay, so this will depict the period. Sorry, this will depict the period. Okay, and this will depict the valence electron, sorry, group. Valence electron will depict the group. Okay, so in which period it will fall? It will fall in the third period and third group. Okay, so now if we see the modern periodic table, what happens is third period म्हणजे हो. Okay, so third period and third group, if you see, it is not this element. Okay, so whenever you are writing it in the, whenever the valence electron number jenna dona परस चड असता, this is very important ना, listen to this very carefully. jenna valence electrons चा number दोना पेक्षा चड असता, more than 2, तेन्ना it will fall directly into the, suppose आता 3 valence electrons असा, it won't fall in the third group. Okay, it won't fall in the third group, it will fall in the 13th group. Okay, where it will fall? it will fall in the 13th group. जेन्ना दोना परस चड वॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन असता तेन्ना it will directly fall in the +10 group. म्हणजे 3 वॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन असले it will fall in the 13th group. If suppose 4 वॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन असले it will fall in the 14th group. If suppose 5 वॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन असले जाल्यार it will fall in the 15th group. So सदांच लक्षात दवरपाक जाय की 2 वॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन असले जाल्यार सेकंड ग्रुपान पडटलो, बट दोना परस चड जेन्ना वॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन आसतले 3 वॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन 4 वॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन तेन्ना डायरेक्टली 13th 14th 15th 16th 17th अशा ग्रुपांनी ते एलिमेंट्स प्लेस जातले. सो दिस एलिमेंट इज नथिंग बट इट इज फॉलिंग, इट हॅज हाउ मेनी वॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन्स? इट हॅज 3 valence electrons, so it will fall not in the group number 3, it will fall in the group number 13. Okay, so this is very important. Jenna dona paras third valence electron asta tenna it will fall in the group number 13 and period number is 3. So this is first period, this is second period, this is third period. So ya periodan bitun where is that element? This is that element, that is nothing but aluminium. That name of the element is aluminium. Okay, so I hope this concept is clear. If it is not clear, I will again give one more example if you want. Okay, say suppose there is one more case of nothing but 287. You are given electronic configuration as 287. So what are the number of shells? How many number of shells are there? There are nothing but 3 number of shells. How many number of valence electrons are there? It is nothing but 7. So number of valence electron is more than 7. Number of this is nothing but the period in which the element will fall. So the period number is 3. It will fall in the third period. Okay. So number of valence electron is 7. Okay. So it is more than 2. So directly what 7 it won't, the group won't be 7, but the group in which this element will be falling, it will be what? 17 plus 10 you have to do. Okay. Not 7, 17. Suppose answer 6 aslalo. The group will be 16. Okay, if suppose 5 aslalo the group will be 15. So which is that element? Just we will see. Okay, which is that element? So it falls in the third period. Okay, so generally where it falls in the third period. Just wait a second. Third period, this is the third period, and 17th group, this is the 17th group. Okay, so third period, first period, second period, third period, this is the third period. So the element will fall, the element is nothing but chlorine. What is that element? It is chlorine. So this is one example. You can take any examples and you can solve those. Tashet suppose ata 2,6 aslo, suppose. Okay, say suppose there is 2,6 electronic configuration. Where it will fall? It is number of shells kitle asa? Number of shells is 2 and number of valence electron kitle asa? It is nothing but 6. So this is more than 2. This is nothing but the period number. Period cannot change na, period is same. Okay, but group jenna tumhi bareta, if 2 valence electrons paras chad asle जाल्यार it will directly fall in the 16th group. Where it will fall? Group number 16, period number 2. So which is this element? Just we will just see which is that element. It is falling in the period number 2 and group number 16. So the element is oxygen. What is that element? Oxygen. Which is that element? This element is oxygen. Okay, अशेंच तुम्ही electronic configuration घेऊन you can solve the problems of this elements. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll solve the last few part of the chapter in the next class. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to write the electronic configuration of all first 20 elements. Okay, पहिले 20 elements ताचे तुमचेकडेन electronic configuration बरयल्ले आसपाक जाय. Every element. हायड्रोजन बरे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन बरे, सोडियम बरे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन म्हणजे कितें? कॉमा घालून बरोवपाक शकता तुम्ही लायक दिस. ओके, यू कॅन रायट इट लायक दॅट. कॉमा घालून बरोवं शकता 2,8,7 2,8,1. ओके, अशें इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन प्रत्येक फर्स्ट 20 एलिमेंट्साची बरोवन जाय म्हाका. ओके, जस्ट सेंड इट टू मी एज अ होमवर्क. थँक्यू एवरीवन.